What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video on our 2013 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road in this beautiful gray color. In the last video, you did ride along with us when we took our axle down to Hudlows in Rossville, Georgia. We took a trip up to Asheville, North Carolina, a couple of beautiful places just to gather up some parts for this thing, because we cannot buy 100% new parts for this truck, or we'd for sure be in it way too deep, as expensive as things are today. So what we're going to do today, you saw in the last video, I worked on this bedside, got that thing looking good, got a little bit of primer on that. It's looking really, really good. So we've been working on this fender flare over here, a little bit off camera. I was working on this, and there's a couple of things I got to do to this thing. Got to finish getting this off. And this is kind of where that thing was creased at right here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna finish getting this off. We're gonna maybe sand this down a little bit, kind of see where we're at while we're waiting on parts. We'll get some of this nuisance stuff done. So let's stop talking. Let's start working. Alrighty, guys, we are going to continue today. It is a little bit cold. Snow's coming down. It can't make up its mind if it's going to be warm or if it's going to be cold. But we're here in the garage. We're here in the shop. We're going to finish up on our fender flare. We're going to get that all finished up. I need to get that finished up. I'm going to sand it down and take that rubber seal off. I did order a brand new one. And then we're going to get the tailgate out. We're going to fix all the dents on that. Get it ready to get some primer on that. And then we already got the bedside ready, so we maybe have to primer a couple of spots on that. So looks like we got on a good cold day with some snow coming down. We got the big super heater on. We're going to stay warm. We're going to get to it. We're going to stop talking. We're going to get it done. We did get the fender flare all fixed up. We also got the bed just ready. Both of these are ready for primer. They're 100% smooth. We've got the glaze taken care of. I did put the tailgate back up for just a minute because it's just really, really cold to be spraying primer today. We're not going to do that. There's always tomorrow for that. Maybe it'll be warm and it won't be snowing. So this fender flare is looking really, really good. It's really, really smooth. The little bit of damage that it had is all smoothed out. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna jump on this bedside. And I think instead of primering it all over, I'm just gonna go ahead and wet sand it with some 400, kind of see if there's any spots on it, and get it all ready to, we're gonna primer the bedside, we're gonna primer the flare, and we're gonna primer the gate all at the same time. So we're gonna have all of that stuff ready. And then we might as well just jump in the booth after that and paint all of that stuff up and to go ahead and have the bed 100% ready for when we get this cab corner fixed. Because I do have that in this big box. It finally came in. So let's wet sand the bedside. Let's see how that all looks so we can be ready for the primer. And then we'll probably just take this thing off and see what we got to do for that cab corner. So let's stop talking. Let's start working. Alrighty guys, it is the next day here. We have just been working like crazy on this truck. It's been cold, but it's nice and warm in the garage. So what I got here is I got this lovely cab corner that we bought from Toyota. It was really, really cheap. I think the low everyday price is $300. You just can't beat it. So what we got to do is over on our truck, this thing is welded all down through here, all down the bottom, and all up this seam. So we might as well get the little belt sander out, get the grinder out, get the drill out. Let's start getting rid of some of these spot welds so we can get this new piece put on. Alrighty guys, we took just a quick break from the cab corner because, you know, that's a lot of fun and that's a lot to do, but the sun came out, it's melting the snow away, and we just wanted to be outside for a minute. So if you see our tailgate here, you remember back in the previous video, maybe back a video or two, I talked about us picking this up on the Facebook Marketplace for $75, you know, and And I spent a good amount of time fixing it, but I got more time than we got money in this truck, so that's no big deal. So $75, it turned out pretty good. We're gonna primer the whole thing. And then if you checked in the last video, you remember that we did take a trip up to Asheville, North Carolina, and we bought this bedside, and it came with this flare. This flare is $300 if you buy it by itself. The bedside is $550. And then it also came with the other miscellaneous parts that we need, you know, the gas door, the gas surround, the gas cap, all of that stuff. We have all of that. And that was, you know, if you buy all that stuff separate, it was well over $1,000, more like $1,100. So we're going to primer this flare all over because it did have just a little dinger right here. We're going to make it look perfect. It's going to look good. The bedside had a little bit of dent right here. We've already got that taken care of. It looks perfect, but I do want to put just a little bit of primer in a couple of spots. Not going to primer the whole thing. So while the sun's shining on my face and I'm feeling really good, let's put some primer on these parts. Alrighty guys, man, we have been making quick work of this stuff. It's been 2 or 3 days in the making, but you know what? We finally got this cab corner. We got it cut off. Now we just got to get our new one, figure out where we're going to fit it up, and then we'll have that going our way. We did get our bedside primered. We got our fender flare primered. We got our tailgate primered. We absolutely saved thousands of dollars by buying those used parts and spending a little bit of time just making sure they were perfect, and you just can't beat it. I think a used OEM part is probably about 9.5 times better than any of these aftermarket ones that you can buy. So we got that going our way. We got the cab corner going our way. And I do think that that's going to be a wrap for today's video, guys. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and check us out on Instagram at Real Orange Wires. We always post there before YouTube. If you like this video, drop us a like, leave us a comment. Until next time, we're out.